Hello, everybody. I'm Bill Anderson, your host, and alongside me, the Shelbyville men's basketball coach, my main man, Coach Shane Young. Today's show is brought to you by Badcock Home Furnishings and more, 761 Madison Street. It's right next to McDonald's. Stop in and see Squire Billy King and his top-notch staff, 931-685-9644. They've got living room, dining room, mattresses, home office, electronics, and there's financing available, and there's great prices, Coach. I hear they got a big sale right now, like 40% off down there.
Go check that out.
Got some financing available as well. Coach, talk to me. It's been a while since we've been around each other, man.
A long time.
Got holidays. Boss takes off for Florida for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Can't get anything done.
Got to get them vacations in when you can.
That's exactly right. Coach, how did we do during Christmas?
We did well. We came up short on a couple of games. Blackman, we was down 5 and ended up losing by 10.
Coach Workman's I've talked to him. He's a little frustrated right now.
Yeah. He had the referees in his back pocket that game.
He did. That's what I heard.
He had the referees in his back, but I thought I was very proud of how we played defensively, to hold them. And then same thing against Page, came out really strong against Page, and being in their house on their tournament on their floor was pretty awesome. But kind of came up short against them by like 10, which is a really good Page team.
Right.
Against another good team. And then Dyersburg, same thing, came up short.
How good's Dyersburg this year?
Pretty decent. Right. I mean, they
is that the same tournament?
Yeah, they 11-4. So they was pretty decent again. But we had our chances. We was down 38-44, and we missed 3 opportunities, 3 missed layups, and a 3 that could have took us to, and then the next point we just fouled. Right. And they went up and beat us by 8. So we competed really hard. I was really proud of them.
Good.
They had a long break, and then we came into a buzzsaw with Tullahoma, who just came in and wanted to smack us around a little bit. But that to be expected. We did not play our best. We wasn't ready. And when we take breaks, I feel like everybody keeps killing Tullahoma when we take breaks. We don't do too good, but was able to bounce back against Riverdale.
Right.
And
good win at Riverdale.
Good win at Riverdale.
Beat them 60-45.
Yeah. And so definitely came back with a different mindset, different strategy, and just played. And then the other night we played Coffee in the dog
that
fight.
Was a tough one.
It was a really awesome game, though. Really awesome game. We had chances to win that game as well, but miss opportunities. But it's hard to win when you go. We went 3 for 13 from the free throw line and 3 from 17 from the 3-point line. So it's hard to win them type of games when we're missing shots.
It was 38-33 in that one.
Yeah.
Coach, I believe Coffee County actually beat Tullahoma. Or am I saying that wrong?
No, you're right. They did. Coffee's
well coached.
Yeah, they beat Blackman as well. They a strong team. Nothing against them. They senior led. They seniors are definitely showing that they're their best players. And they was a very strong team. I mean, they projected to finish first or second in our conference.
Mm-hmm.
And so going against that was definitely a measuring stick that we know that we can compete in the conference.
Right.
And so hopefully we just take that momentum and carry over to our next opponent, which is Warren County tomorrow, who's supposed to be the second or first team in the conference. So at least we got the 2 top teams out the, we get to see first and just see how we measure up. And then hopefully we play. But I mean, that was the whole point of the preseason.
Right.
And that's what I thought we did to go against Coffee Tuesday night and see the measurements of where we have been, where we could be, and where we can go. I thought we did an awesome job in that.
The challenge has been scoring.
Yes.
That has just been a challenge.
Yes.
Making shots, layups, and making shots.
Yeah. Definitely Achilles heel.
Right.
And that thing right there is something that you I can't put the ball in the basket for them.
Right.
They had great looks, and every time we go back and watch film, it's great looks. We even talked about the Tullahoma game. I had the boys watch the film, and I was like, as a coach, what is it that we could have said differently? They like, coach, there ain't nothing you can say but make more shots, because we had 8 opportunities in the beginning of that game, and we missed all 8, and it was 2 layups, 4 free throws, and 2 wide open threes. And so when momentum happens like that, it's hard to set your defense up, and especially the defense we was trying to play. And when you get in transition, and then that team started hitting shots, then you coming from behind and you just fighting, and you trying to dig yourself out of the hole and still not making shots.
Right.
And so it's definitely been our Achilles heel, and as much shots we put up, I think when we get in games, I think we rush them. Even on the free throw line, we tell them, hey, slow down, you got 10 seconds. but a lot of them shoot free throws in like 3 seconds, and it's gone.
Now, let's talk about your defense a little bit. Defensively, seems like we're getting better and better defensively, aren't we?
Yes, definitely. Definitely proud of the defense. I have been able to switch up a couple of defenses. So we're throwing a lot of teams off guard a little bit. But yes, like in every game, we have definitely played. Even until the home game, our half-court defense was solid. It was when the transitions and breakdowns is what got us. But for the most part, from the Blackman game on, we have definitely played solid defense. Like I said, the problem is not the defense for us; it's putting the ball.
Now,
in the
how
basket.
can you take the defense, turn that into fast break opportunities that creates offense off a turnover?
And that's the idea. You got to
Right.
push it.
Push
And we still got kids that's still not used to pushing the ball when you push it. So we telling them, hey, we got to create havoc on defense, but when we get the opportunity, we got to go.
Right. And score from the
defense or slow down. We don't really want them to set up they defense.
Right.
And that was the thing with Tullahoma the other night. I mean, Coffee County the other night. We instead of us getting them, and when we got the opportunities to push, we might walk it up the floor. And I'm like, no. Then they gonna set their defense up, and they setting the 2-3 up, and they packed the 2-3 to make sure we don't lob it over the top. And so it was very complex. So the only thing you can tell them is just keep putting it in them that we gotta push. We gotta push. When we got opportunities, we have to push. We have to push. Run your lane, spot up, be where you're supposed to be. But really, it's just been having to go back and teach transition offense all over again, and that's really been the key for us. Coming in as coaches, we've really been having to teach more.
Right.
Some things that we thought that some people should know, but they don't. And so I don't get frustrated. I just say, hey, we got to go to the drawing board and we got to make it, correct it. So a lot of times we have to go out and do that. But, if anybody that know basketball, it takes a while to implement offense anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, and for us to come in November for the first time we ever touched the ball and then play 2 weeks later, it's hard to implement an offense. So the one thing we could get right is defense. The next part is, can you make shots? And then the offensive flow will come in handy. Definitely, hopefully, going into the tournament, you'll be ready offensively just a little bit. But to implement a true offense, it takes you about a year or two to really get it to how you want it, a well-oiled machine, and players be into your system.
Shane Young Show today is brought to you by Badcock Home Furnishings and More, 761 Madison Street, right next to McDonald's. Go see my good friend, Squire Billy King. Served on the commission with him for a number of years. Great guy. He's got a great staff, 931-685-9644. They've got a little bit of everything. Living room, dining room, mattresses, home office, electronics. Financing's available, and they've got some great prices down in a really nice store. I encourage you to go down there and check out Squire King and Badcock Home Furnishings. Coach, let's talk about some of your kids. Who's getting better? Where we at with some of these kids? Mention some of them offensively, defensively, just however you want to do it.
I think they all getting better.
Good.
It's been a process day by day. I think the underclassmen is definitely stepping up a little bit. We had some games where the bench didn't perform as we thought they would, but in some of these bigger games, they are coming alive. Tommy Cannon, a freshman who's been starting point guard for the last 3 games, I think he stepped up. Javon Lee, who's a freshman, has been starting as well. So them two definitely.
So now you're starting a couple of freshmen.
We are.
Okay.
We started a couple of freshmen. Trice, Kyler Trice is still doing really well. Shamarian Draper is 3 games a senior that definitely coming out. He's just one of them kids that a lot of them can't guard, but just trying to instill that confidence again. He's still a first year real varsity player, and so you asking him to do a lot in one season. Big Terrence Johnson, another one, senior that's been doing good. So it's been across the board.
Rocket Chandler, how's he doing?
Rocket Chandler has been a defensive stopper, rebounder, but he's been kind of coming with some groin issues coming out of football.
Right.
So we haven't really played him a lot. There was times that we have set him out and things like that, so we can try to get him more healed. Tayshawn, of course, y'all know about Big Tayshawn. He had good games. And Page, he had 16, 8 rebounds, and 8 blocks. So definitely asserting itself differently. And then we just got Jack Condon and Mookie Johnson and Billy and Grayson. So we got a group of guys that are coming up, and really playing very well. And we just want to see them keep growing and keep getting better as they keep, developing. Zion Barnes is another one. But we also got to take care of business on and off.
How's Zion doing?
He's doing well. Every day it's a challenge. We again off the court, it's our biggest thing.
Have you found where a lot of teams are maybe it's just coffee, but due to your athleticism, they're wanting to play the 2-3 zone against you because you are somewhat athletic.
Yeah,
Are you finding that people are trying to go zone on you?
Yeah, and I told them that coming in the car. I said a lot
Right.
of teams are not going to play us man no more.
I look for Warren
A
County
lot of
maybe
teams
do
going
that
to play
too.
zone. Yeah, Tullahoma played the zone. People don't really realize that.
Right.
But they did. When they went into the zone is when we struggled. You know, when they played us man, we didn't struggle. But with the zone, we struggle because we don't shoot.
Right.
And we don't move.
Because in order to bust that zone, you've got to hit that three.
You got to hit shots
and
you
got to
attack
shots.
the gaps. And so when you standing, because we don't want to move, and that's something new because you're telling people to move, and if they haven't been used to moving, it's a delayed reaction, you know. And so it's just, kind of keep going back, tell them, hey, you got to move, you got to pass, you got to cut, you got to run the offense, you got to flow, you got to get to your lanes, you got to know where you're at, see the floor, survey the floor, watch the openings, mainly attack the gaps, make the kick, and so teams are gonna play a zone because we haven't really had a somebody just bust them out of it. Even Riverdale played a zone. They didn't play a zone the first time. The second time they did. But now we shot really well at Riverdale. I think we got to get the.
But if you can penetrate the zone, dish off, and you got people slashing and cutting, they'll get out of it really quick.
Yes, and that's the thing. If we can get you out of it, then I feel like we have a better chance to win the game. If we can definitely make you honest, and that's what we're looking for right now. Somebody can make them honest, or at least stretch it, or where they have to maybe overload a side or shade a side or something. But it's just gonna take us to keep pushing that into them. Hey, we got to make these type of moves. We got to pass. We got to cut, and keep telling them to attack and when to attack. And sometimes we got to tell them when to shoot.
I explain this to the listeners out here too. If I'm running a 2-3 zone, they remember what that is. Tell me what a matchup zone is and how it's different than a standard zone.
So in a matchup, they matching up in the area. So if you got a player in that area, eventually you match up to that player. Now, once the ball leaves your area, even if the player leaves your area, it's the next player that come in your area. That's who I match up to. So if they run a down screen and that person from the down pops up, but I'm at the top of the 2-3,
right,
I take him and I can carry him all the way over until he maybe set the screen, and then I switch the screen. Now back in my area. And so you matching up on a person, but you're matching up on the person.
How often do you see
that? In high school, you see it.
You used to see it a lot. I know you don't anymore. I know it was the old Lipscomb tree. That.
You see a couple of coaches that still do it. Siegel is one of them. They do it really well. They can do it. You have a couple of teams. I think Warren County will do a little bit of it. You have a couple of teams that will do it. The only thing about the matchup, though, it can bring you out sometime. And so your back is turned a little bit more than the people that's in the actual 2-3 zone.
Don't catch Coach Wortman running, will you?
No, but he
doesn't like zone.
He don't like zone.
He doesn't like
it. He pack his line. His defense is packed in, but where he gets you is on the offensive end because he's gonna hold the ball.
Right.
And so
he's gonna look for the right shot.
Yeah. And so that makes you have to play defense longer than what you want to play, unless you can push the tempo.
Let's talk about what's coming up. Friday night, we got Warren County coming in here.
Yes, sir.
Warren County got a pretty good ball club.
They do. Really good. Again, one of the teams that should finish, that they have projected to finish top in our program. In our district. So we're definitely excited to see about them.
Tuesday night, go down to Lincoln County.
Yes, sir.
Play the Falcons, another old rivalry right there. The next Friday, which is the 19th, head to Spring Hill.
Yeah.
I believe Spring Hill's won a game yet. I don't think. I think they're 0-13, I believe is what I saw today.
But they very, again, I don't underestimate anybody.
No, you don't underestimate nobody, period.
I really think everybody is able to. Spring Hill only lost to Warren County by 12. So they let me know that Spring Hill is not too far off. But Warren County beat Columbia.
I saw that.
Really bad, but Columbia has beaten a lot of great teams. And so I just think everybody can get a win or be beat or even win the conference. I still think it's wide open, just honestly, based on what I've seen. But again, we'll know more tomorrow of how we play against Warren County. But we'll be short a couple of our main players. So
got a couple out.
We got a couple out. So we're gonna have to do it again.
Injury, sickness.
That and behavior and things like that, So we got discipline. You got consequence to your actions.
That's right.
And so we're gonna have the next man up. It's just the mentality we have. It's the next player up. But I love my team. I think they are buying into what we're trying to sell and teach them more than just the basketball part. What we want to instill outside of basketball. And a lot of them is accepting they opportunities, and they also accepting they consequences behind their actions.
That's what my grandfather used to tell me. You know what it was?
What's that?
One cannot escape the consequence of one's own actions.
No, sir.
He gave me a sign years ago. It's still in my room to this day. That's what my granddaddy's saying was. Coach, good luck to you, Warren County. We need to get a W out here. We need
Yes,
people to
sir.
come out and support the Shovel Golden Eagles, and we're getting better. And it's a process.
It's
that we're
definitely a
going through.
process. It's definitely a process. If you can't trust the process, and people want you to jump out here and think that they're gonna win right away, man, they have lost in the last 7 years.
That's right.
So it's hard to change a losing culture in 1 year.
Yes, sir.
We teach them how to mentally be prepared to
Absolutely.
be winners. And so every day it's preaching and teaching what we want to be and what we're trying to go. But we want to help the seniors go out better than they have been.
Right.
But we still have to understand that, the process is started. It's the steps now that we have to take to try to get it to where we want it to be.
Get out and support the Golden Eagles on Friday night. Today's show brought to you by Badcock Home Furnishings and More, 761 Madison Street, right next to McDonald's, 931-685-9644. They got a whole lot more than furniture. They've got electronics. They've got outdoor stuff. They've got, I even saw where they had some, what do you call that thing that you put outside, turn it on the heater? What do you call that? Had a whole bunch of those things out there. Those pits, those fire pits. They had all sorts of stuff down there I didn't know they had.
Yeah.
And if they don't have it in the store, they can get it pretty quick, about anything you want. And the big thing down there is if you're a little short on money or what have you, financing's available down there at Badcock Home Furnishings. Absolutely. Go pick yourself up one. So hopefully we're going to get back on the schedule, everybody. Back on Mondays.
Yeah.
With the games changing. We'll do our show at this time live every Monday at 5:30. And we'll try to start. I hope this Monday will be all right.
That'd be Martin Luther King Day.
That's what
That's
it
MLK.
is. It is. We make it better than you. I'll tell you what, you want to do the next Thursday?
Let's do Thursdays.
Let's do next Thursday, and then we'll go back to
Yeah,
Mondays.
let's do that.
Plus, that'll give us the Tuesday game to talk about, too, and give us 2 games to talk about. That'd work out even better if that's all right with you, boss.
Sound good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Coach, we'll do it 5:30 on Thursday, go back to Mondays
Yes, sir.
the next Monday, and good luck against Warren County.
Thank you so much.
Hey, for Coach Shane Young, I'm Bill Anderson.